infinite. I gotta hit, got it. Got it. What if I just left the meeting? Leave meeting. So Om represents the infinite. Everyone and everything around us. From the yards of Yemen to Ethiopia to Toronto to North Carolina to Ukraine and everywhere in between, we're all connected. Trans kids in Texas, that's what the sound of Om represents. Now I'm going to chant a mantra for purification. As we all know, I'm sure it's just great to purify all the time. We take on the baggage of the world. It's good to purify, release it. It's not ours. And if you know it, join me. If you don't, gain the benefits by listening. Om Mapavitraha Pavitrahva Sarva Vashtangatso Biwayaha Smarit Pantrikaksham Sabahya Byantraha Sajay. Again, this mantra is to purify the air, the ground, and the nadis, which are the psychic channels in the body. We're going to chant Loka Samasta 3 times. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be free from pain and suffering. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Join me if you know it. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. My screen is black. Something looks weird. I'm gonna make sure we're okay. Did every... Why? Is every single person off camera? I bet that's why.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's just that everyone turned their cameras off. Everybody is here.
Okay. Elise, is there a way to pin my camera so that I'm the only one that the recording sees, and then that maybe if anyone will come back on so I can teach to anyone, that would be great.
Yeah, so you're pinned already for the recording.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So in terms of props, if you don't already have like a blanket or a couch cushion, you can grab one. We're gonna come into supported child's pose. So with a bolster, you just take your knees wide on the mat, and then you bring the bolster between your thighs, and then you hug it. Of course, if you don't have a pillow or a blanket, you can just bring your forearms down. Then come on up and know that you can rest in this pose at any time. If anyone, especially my yoga teacher friends, would want to come back on camera, I would love you. It would make it so much easier for me. It might be because I'm neurodivergent. I struggle to teach too, black screens. Anyways, come up into down dog. Woo. Pedal out your feet, and you can always stay in tabletop or altar pose if you want. So just pedal it out here. Notice how your body is doing. And then come back down. Thank you so much. If you need support for your knees, you can grab it. And then come into low lunge, step your left foot forward. Whew. Feel into that right hip opening up. Your hands can be on your waist. They can be above your head too, but if you're needing more stability tonight, if you're feeling like kind of that ungroundedness, it's a good place to have the hands just on the waist. Maybe you start to reach your arms up as you feel balanced. You can take a back bend. If you have a block, you can grab it. If you don't, we'll make accommodations. But bring that right or the left foot back a little bit so you have a 90-degree angle in your leg. Place the block inside the foot and bring your hand to the block. You can, of course, keep your hand on your inner thigh or on the ground if you like. And then your right arm is up. So opposite. There you go. See, it helps me to know how I'm cueing. And then come on up. We're gonna switch our legs. See if you can do it without your hands. So you step the right foot forward this time. For low lunge, what Dharma calls Kapyasana. Same thing here, opening up your hips, your low back. If you're ready, once you're ready, reach your arms up, bend back. Come on up, step the right foot back a little, find a 90-degree angle in your legs. Bring that belly, if you have one, over your thigh. Your left hand outside your knee and your right hand on your low back. Twist. Come back to center. Switch the legs again. Return to Kapyasana for a moment. Opening up those hip flexors here. And now we'll do the twist to the left. So belly over the thigh, right hand outside your knee, left hand on your low back. Come back to center, switch your legs again. We'll take the block inside the right foot, or no block, up to you, and left arm up to the sky. Gaze up. Back to center. Bring your knees or feet together for plank pose. Find your version of plank. It could be up or down. And then everyone drop your knees. Watch me if you can. You're gonna drop your chin and chest to the ground. Your butt stays in the air. And then you push forward into cobra. It's a little weird at first. And down dog. Of course, listen to your body in the whole practice. I'm not in your body. I can't possibly know how it feels, but you do. And then come on down. Rest for a moment. Bring your thighs together for hero's pose, sitting back on your feet. I like to say that you can rest here or in child's pose, and heroes like Simone Biles know when to rest. Get the ego out of your yoga practice. We'll come into side plank Vashisthasana. So plant your left hand in the middle of the mat and your left knee down, unless of course you want to take a more active version. Your right foot out, parallel with the short edge of the mat, and reach your right arm up. Perhaps you gaze up. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So right hand down, right knee down, left foot extends out, and left arm up. Do a vinyasa if you like them, otherwise head straight to down dog. Slowly walk your hands and feet together and find a forward fold Uttanasana. Your hands can be on a block, the mat, your knees, or grab opposite elbows. Slowly come up to stand. And shake it out. Let everything go. Maybe you let your hips get loose. You can do hip circles. I think when we're feeling the weight of the world and the unsettledness, our first two chakras get really stuck. See if you can get a little silly. You can roll your shoulders. And find stillness, mountain pose. We'll do some standing balancing poses now. So tree pose. Stand on your left leg. Your right foot can be like this. Your toes are down and your heel is against your inner shin. This is rooted tree. If you feel good here, stay here. If you want a little more, you can come up to your inner calf or do another variation that you know. Added bonus challenge, close your eyes. Or extend your arms up. And break the pose. Bet you don't know what's coming next. Same thing, other side. Stand on your right leg. Bring your left leg like this. Same rooted tree as before. or the foot's on the inner calf, or your version. Maybe you want to bring some love to your practice. You can feel your own heart beating. Release the hands and the legs, shake it out. Whenever your mind wanders off tonight, bring it back to the here and now, and to the practice. We're gonna take some standing twists. So step your right foot forward, your left foot back, and then your left arm forward and your right arm back in like T position, I guess you would say the arms are. If you want a little more, you can go for a high lunge here as well. You can play with the arms, going forward and back on both sides, seeing where you get a deeper twist. Like a little dance. And then find stillness, mountain pose. Let everything go. Do the same thing on the other side. So left foot forward, right foot back. First, bring your right arm forward and your left arm back. If you did the lunge on the other side, go for it again here. And try out that little dance. See if it's easier on one side than the other. And then feet together, mountain pose. And release everything. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Come to the top of your mat. Reach your arms up, inhale and exhale, bend back. Fold forward, Uttanasana. Step your right foot back, drop your knee, gaze ahead. And then bring your feet together for plank pose. Again, your plank. Drop your knees, chest and chin, forward into cobra. It can be baby or big cobra. And then down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step the right foot forward. Drop the back knee, gaze ahead. Feet together, plank pose. Feet together, forward fold. And then roll on up to stand. Reach out, bend back. Hands by your sides. We'll keep going just like that. Reach your arms up, bend back. Fold forward. Left foot back. Drop the knee, gaze ahead. Feet together, plank pose. Drop your knees, chest and chin. Forward, Bhujangasana. Back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot forward, back knee down. Feet together, top of your mat. Roll on up to stand. Reach up, bend back. Mountain pose. We'll do another round. Inhale, reach up. Fold forward. Right foot back. Drop the knee, gaze ahead. Feet together, plank. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra. Down dog. Right foot forward and left. Roll on up to stand. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Left foot back. And right plank. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra. Down dog. Left foot forward and right. Forward fold. And roll on up to stand. Rest. Find your breath. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend to your left. Come back to center, switch the grip. Inhale. Exhale, bend right. Come back to center, switch the grip again. Bend left, gaze up. Back to center, switch the grip. Bend right, gaze up. And release. Let everything go. Notice the messages you're telling yourself, the stories you're telling yourself, the messaging. What are you telling yourself about the warm-ups, the sun salutes? Don't attach to them, they are just stories. And if you do, it's okay too. So another balancing pose. So stand on your left leg. We have 3 options. The first option, you lift your right leg, you bend it, and you bring your right hand under your thigh, your left hand is on your waist. The second option, you grab the inside of your right heel, keeping the hand on the waist. For the third option, do the best option for you, not the hardest. You kick the foot out into the air, straight up, and your left arm goes out too. Break the pose gracefully, like a dancer. Shake it out. This is Dharma's dancer pose. Other people think of it as Natarajasana. So dancer pose. First option, right hand on the waist, left hand under your thigh. Second, you grab that inner heel. Third, kick it out, extend the arm out. You close your eyes, you might fall. Break the pose. Let it go. Release all the stories about that pose. Another opportunity to practice here with a block. If you don't have a block, you can use a foam roller a water bottle, plenty of options. So you're gonna bring your right hand to your waist. You're gonna step your left foot forward. Left hand comes down in front of the foot and to the left of it on the block, and you lift your right leg for half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. If you're balanced, you can extend your right arm up. Last thing, maybe the gaze goes up. Slowly break the pose. Did you hold your breath? Yeah, me too. Let's try to breathe on this side. It'll help us. So just like before, left hand, left waist. You step your right foot forward, plant the block in front of it and to the side. Lift your back leg and your back arm if you're ready. Maybe you gaze up, not important. Gracefully, come on up and out of the pose. Notice the benefits of breathing while doing the yoga. It's a miracle, right? Let's come into a forward fold with our block again if you have one. You can use anything like coffee table, maybe a pet dog if you need support. So you can find a flat back here if you're really flexible. Maybe you take your block to the lower setting. Of course, if you don't need a block, don't use a block. And then slowly come to stand. Find mountain pose, close your eyes. Slowly make your way down to your mat, to hero's pose or child's pose if you want to rest there. I think I need that, so child's pose, everyone. Take your knees wide, especially if you're in a larger body. Give yourself the comfort of hugging something, comfort your inner child. Slowly come up to sit. We're gonna play around with headstand, because why not? Remember when I mentioned restorative? That's funny. So, tuck your shirt. First step. Yeah, remove the glasses if you're a glasses wearer. Get your chapstick out of the way. The first option is like this. You're already with your knees, your feet on your seat, and then you're gonna bring the crown of your head to the mat. You can tent your fingertips to support you, and you just let that crown of the head rest on your mat. Feel that crown chakra vibrating there. If you want to do a little more, I'm going to show you with a wall. So I don't teach this very often. Even if you don't want to try it, take advantage and watch. This is what we're gonna do. If my angle is terrible, at least you can tell me. And try to get my feet between the legs. So you're gonna bring your arms like this, shoulders width apart, clasp your hands together. The arms are making a triangle shape. You bring them down to your mat. You kind of gotta guesstimate how far away from the wall you wanna be. It's not a science. If it is, I don't know it. So some of us will stay here. Maybe you're ready to put your head into the top of the head into the hands. Maybe you're ready to tuck your toes and lift your feet, your butt up off the ground and walk your feet in towards you. If you are, perhaps you kick up and you bring your feet to the wall. And then you're way too close and you scoot back and you try again. You walk your feet in and then you kick up 1 foot at a time. You balance 1 foot off the wall. If you're not ready, don't do it. If you are, go ahead. And everybody rest. Child's pose, Balasana. Slowly come up and come to lie on your back. We're gonna rest for a minute and then do shoulder stands. So I'll show you shoulder stands in a moment, but first rest flat on your back. Feel the back making contact with the mat. Prop yourself up if you want to watch me. I'm gonna give you 3 options for shoulder stand. So if you wanna watch, I come into it from a seat. It's what's easiest for me in a larger body. So I take a roll back like this, bring my hands to my low back, and I throw my feet towards the sky. I hope you can hear me. You hang out here, you meditate, you breathe, you concentrate on the space between your eyebrows. Perhaps that's not in your practice today. We have options. Another one is you take a blanket or a block, you lie with your back flat on the mat, you bring it under your low back or sacrum and extend your legs up towards the sky. That feels really nice. You can also do this by bringing your hands under your bum, palms face down, arms up towards the sky. Go ahead. Do something. you're in traditional Sarvagasana, you can go into Halasana, plow pose, bringing your feet to the ground behind you. Otherwise, perhaps you come into happy baby or hug your knees into your chest. And then if you're in plow, bring your feet back down to the ground. Everybody rest, your back flat on the mat, feet on the mat, knees bent. Next is fish pose. So there's two options. You can prop yourself up to watch me if you want. With your feet planted on the floor like this, you're gonna bring your hands again under your back. Palms are facing down, and then you let your legs go long. And then you push up onto your forearms, chest to the sky, and the top of your head comes onto the mat for Matsyasana. Really nice heart opener here. Another option is you do this, but you do it with a block under your shoulder blades. It's a bit gentler, especially for folks recovering from top surgery. If you don't have a block, you can roll up a blanket like a hot dog like this. Bring it under your shoulder blades and lie back. Slowly come on up, bring your hands by your sides, roll onto one side. Get that prop out from underneath if you have it and lie flat on your mat. Next is bridge pose. You can do it with a block, so you can bring a block under your sacrum or your low back. And then if this feels good to you, I like to extend my right leg or one leg at a time out forward with the heel on the ground. Just really open up that psoas area. I would say everyone do this, but maybe you don't have a prop. If you don't, just come up into bridge pose. Setu Bandhasana. If you're doing the leg straight out thing, draw your right leg back in, extend your left leg forward. And then everybody draw your knees in. If you're on a block, pick your hips up towards the sky and let it come out from underneath you. Low back on the mat, rest. You can windshield wiper your legs here. If you're into that. Find stillness again. And then scoot your hips all the way over to the right edge of your mat and let your knees fall to your left for a reclined spinal twist. Back to center. Draw your hips through center and all the way over to your left. Your arms can be in a T. When you feel complete, draw your legs back through center again. Your hips, your waist, everything back through center. Do any final movements that you want before relaxation. It could include turning your lights out, even though you're already lying down. Maybe you want to get a sweater or a blanket. We'll be here longer than your typical Savasana. So get comfortable. About 10 minutes. If you're lying on the mat, you could put something under your knees. You could always do legs up the wall, an inversion. Try to think outside of the box. A lot of people think you have to lie on your back for Shavasana, but you could lie on your side, you could lie on your belly. You can even sit up. Dharma, my teacher, says that relaxation is the best antidote for impurities. Impurities, not meaning imperfections in you, right? We're perfect already. Impurity is more like stress, anxiety, whatever ails us. The weight of the world, it can feel right now like we're not doing enough. But we are. I promise you, we are. Everyone here tonight, I know you're doing the work. And we deserve to rest. We deserve to rest. We deserve to rest. We'll do a guided body scan, moving through the body parts one by one. Keep your attention focused on the sound of my voice. Bring your attention to the feet. The toes, the heels, settling one by one. calves, ankles, shins, asleep. Knee joints, thighs, backs of the thighs, relaxed, melting like butter. The glutes, hips, and pelvic bones sinking down into the ground, feeling the earth supporting you. Everything below the waist, motionless. Leave it there, resting. Your low back, middle back, and upper back. Open, spacious. Room to breathe, room to be. Shoulders, armpit region, letting go. Your upper arms, elbows, and lower arms. Wrists, hands, fingers, asleep. Neck and head also. Face, forehead, temples, jaw, nose, mouth, relaxed. leave your body by itself. Feel like you're losing body consciousness. And go within to the temple of your heart, where your true self lies, and meditate there. Slowly start to wake yourself up and bring yourself back to body consciousness. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Bring gentle movements back into the body. You can hug your knees into your chest and take a couple rocks coming up. Or roll to one side. Slowly make your way back to a seat, how we started. Notice, take a moment to notice the effects of the practice. I'd love to do a little bit of pranayama if y'all have time. I know we went a little over, but we chatted a little bit in the beginning. Give me a thumbs up if that's okay. Am I frozen? Okay, I'm just frozen for myself. That's fine. I saw some thumbs up, so that's cool. I think we're gonna do, should we do purifier pranayama or positive breathing? Positive breathing, yeah, that's what I thought as I said it too. Perfect. Here you go. Bring your left hand like this in Jnana Mudra. Your thumb and index finger are together. You can rest it on your thigh. And then your right hand like this. Your first two fingers are down. They represent ego and intellect. We don't want them in our practice. You're going to use your thumb and your ring finger to control your nose. It's really not too complicated. We're not even going back and forth. So inhale and exhale completely. And then watch me for the first round. What we're going to do is we're going to inhale. We're going to block our left side. We're going to inhale through the right nostril. We'll hold, close both nostrils. And then we'll exhale through the right only. So it's pretty simple, in right and out right. We'll do about a 3, 12, 8 count. So I count fast, don't worry. Inhale and exhale. Inhale right. Hold, close. Exhale right. Inhale. Hold, close. Exhale right. Inhale. Hold, close. Exhale. Keep going on your own. You can go faster or slower. Two more. And conclude when you're ready. Rest both hands in Jnana Mudra. Everything will be all right. If you can't feel it, just trust it and give it up to whatever that thing in the sky is, whatever you call it. We'll close with 1 Om and 3 Shantis. Shanti means peace in Sanskrit. Peace to everyone all over the world. To trans kids and their parents, to trans adults, to folks in war zones, to folks fighting in war zones, to folks fighting for folks in war zones, and everywhere in between. Shante, Shante, Shanti. May we all continue to be receptive to that great intelligence that lies equally inside of each one of us. Some people call that the queer trans God. Thank you for practicing Om Shanti. You